does it really make sense if we've been deceived and somebody's offering to reveal the deception, to not pay attention and find out for ourselves what really is true or what's really going on, what's real in life? This adventure that we're all on and these experiences that we have here in these psych realms are pretty rough for an awful lot of people. Does it make sense to continually poison the air with the carbon monoxide from the engines of the automobiles on Earth and the jet planes and the ships and all these different ways of poisoning our own air that we breathe and to be healthy and to exist here in the physical? Then we have our water. Does it make sense to put poison in our water and for the masses in the cities to have this fluoride being put in? And the reason is that supposedly it does good for a person's teeth or something, when actually it's a poison, and they're putting it in the water supply for so many on the earth. And then we have the GMO food stuff too. Does that make sense to lose the quality, the good things in a food, the sweet taste and smell and the actual enzymes, the living stuff that the human body needs to be healthy, to be altered by this genetic modification that changes it so that the fruit looks nice or the vegetable looks nice, but it isn't the same vegetable as it used to be as far as being healthy or good tasting or things like that. Here we have these psych realms and these hard lessons, I guess, that we need to go through to have the comparison of what is not real in the real universes compared to what is real. So we see that here on Earth there's wars and disease and pain and suffering in many ways, and that it doesn't seem to be getting better from the short amount of time that I've been seeing what's going on in this lifetime on Earth. And it wasn't that long ago when people would grow their own food or harvest their own food, and it wasn't grown massively with pesticides and things that are actually poisons for the bugs and the other life forms on Earth. Many different life forms are affected by the poisons that are put onto these mass genetically modified crops. And here we're becoming aware of things like how the authoritarians are controlling the weather and using directed energy weapons to start fires and burn our oxygen up and our trees up, like our Amazon had its worst fires that have been ever known by people. And all these experiences, these things going on in this physical realm, does it make sense to continue on this way and let the authoritarians and brutalitarians cause these wars for their profit and benefit, and convince people that all these sports and concerts and things are also important in life, and when actually by our emotions they're absorbing the energy from us, draining us like vampires in ways. There's a lot more that we don't know about than we do know. So when you look at endlessness, that we're going to be around forever, how do we really want to be around? Because the way it looks like in these psych realms, it's about to turn humans into robots, mind-controlled robots that they can fix the physical body to last a long time and use us as slaves for huge amounts of time. But either way, they get us to reincarnate if we wear out one body at the present. Eventually, we end up coming back and being their slave over and over and over again. So it's kind of a warning that unless a person starts paying attention when it's being offered, the new presentation is the only thing on this whole physical planet that sounds like it's going to be the guidance and the education to earn our way out of this physical realm, so we don't have to keep coming back and being slaves on a human farming prison planet. I don't know if Claudia's there, if she'd like to say anything, or anybody else.
They're still occupied, but I'll say a few more words. And
yeah, oh, great.
It's about awareness, but then there's more even than that. It's about the recognition. So you can be aware of all these things going on around you, like the alien factor, the financial systems, like you mentioned, the GMO foods, the fluoride in the water, and all that. You can be aware of it, but still, to get it beyond it, or to be not affected by it, you could say, then you need the recognition, actually, because most people are stuck with, okay, they've got the knowledge and maybe some awareness about what's going on, but so, and we've interviewed a lot of people. We just interviewed a fellow who's an expert on chemtrails on one of our other shows, and he knew a lot about what's going on. And it's always interesting to listen to them. Where are they going to go with that information? Where does it go? And we know David Icke. He's an expert too about the alien factor and the agendas that the cabal has and all that. So he knows all this stuff, but where does it go? Where does this information go, if anywhere? So it's always interesting to see what they do with it. Now, some people have a little bit. They bring in the prime source, or sometimes God, or sometimes moving to another dimension, and the earth will be, those who want to move into this other dimension will have the opportunity to, and those that don't can stay here. Ascension, yeah. So there's these little ideas that people have as an out, you can say. The people, at least the people we've talked to, the kind of the progressive people that are more aware of what's going on, they usually bring in the prime source or ascension, that sort of thing, the angels or the goodness of people, humanity, something of that nature. But it doesn't really, those are just ideas, and they also don't really go anywhere. But the creation world, you're just in another place or position in the creation world. What we're presenting here is seeing yourself in another, outside of this. You could say outside, or you could say in a position that's, again, not being effect, but being cause. Because most of the creation is a cause. You're being effect. Even though they say it's a cause and effect universe, you're still the effect of this creation world, because it's just that way. It's the way it's set up. You having the 5 bodies is right there, is an effect. Even though you can be creative and use your imagination, you're still in this effect of the creation worlds. So new presentation is like giving you like something that's more. So there's like what's beyond creation. Most people don't even consider that. So that's what we come in with, this unique perspective that there's something more. And that more is so real, and so much more real than even what they are aware of in their everyday life. And even the real side, it becomes such that, or the dream state is such that you are it's so real that it's hard to articulate. There's nothing you can really say about it. So it's an interesting process, the whole thing. And it takes unique individuals really to move from their self-convinced position. And we've interviewed a lot of people here on our shows again who are aware. How many have really stepped out of their position and offer their services or skills for the projects here for the planet to become more aware. There may be a few on the fringe, but nobody really. They're considerate enough to listen to us, and they're polite, cordial, and all that. And they a lot of them disappear. Some of them are sticking around, like on Facebook and communicating with us. So once the projects do start, we can utilize what they have to offer, and they will benefit, and so will everybody else. But those who want to just stick with their teaching, their sound good ideas, they can do that. But it doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't really. You're just in another position in creation, even though it looks better than here. Eventually, it too will cycle into some kind of demise, because that's just the nature of this place. The yugas that we talk about, the golden age, silver, bronze, and iron age that we're in right now, these have had, well, actually these are just ideas too, that it's demonstration about how things work here, where there's an idea, good idea, and then things start getting funny, people start getting in attitudes or agendas, and things go south, and then it's destroyed, and then it starts all over again, whatever you have going on, an idea or project or religion or whatever. It's just the nature of this place. So it's good to study what's going on here, step back and be objective about what's going on, because let me see. Because it's for your benefit, for everybody's benefit, for their survival. It's really about survival here, and it's not about any of these ideas that people have. It's just the isness we talk about. It cares about its survival, and it's an awareness. It's a view, and it cares in a way. It's also, wants to see more of itself, and it does that through us waking up to it, and then there it becomes more awareness. There's more recognition let's say, more recognition of itself when we wake up. And it's ongoing, like you say, it's endless. So how are we going to position ourselves? How are we going to be with it? That's what we all have to face, or not. But it's kind of, you have to sort of like get a position to how you're going to relate to it, or how you're going to relate to this awesome isness. And that's something everybody has to figure out. But it's fun at the same time. So that's where we are.
Yeah, thanks again, Val, for the guidance and information. Is there anyone else that would like to mention anything or ask any questions?
Just us two today, Tim. I think everybody's
okay.
off at the beach.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, fine. I guess we tried to share some information about the new presentation and the projects. So if a person wants to become more aware, it's up to them to test the new You song and read the new Adventure Is series books by Dwayne the Great Writer as a start, and see if it's something that is a real purpose for your life, something to do that's important to you. I guess unless there's something else anyone would like to mention, we'll end the show for today.
No, thanks, Tim, for being on. Every little bit helps. So thank you.
Yeah, great. Thanks for setting up the studio again and stuff. So I guess we'll sing the new You. You could start, Val, if you'd like. New You. New You. We'll see ya.